When I was 12,
When I was
to
12.
my 12-year-old self.
If I could give any advice to my 12-year-old self.
Hi, g'day. I'm Dr. Karl Kruszelnicki, and I used to be a whole lot of things, like a physicist and a medical doctor and an engineer and a TV weatherman, a car mechanic and a labourer, but now I'm just a storyteller. When I was 12, I was in the second year of high school in Wollongong at Christian Brothers College. Back then, I was incredibly nerdy. And because I was an ex-refugee kid who had a different accent and came from a different part of the world, of course, I was bullied by everybody, so I found solace and happiness in books. My advice to my 12-year-old self would be, number one, listen. Number two, don't mind making mistakes. If you don't make a mistake, you don't make anything. Just make sure you keep on making different mistakes. Number three, you can't control whom you'll fall in love with, but try to find somebody who makes you laugh, makes you feel good about yourself, makes you happy, who will listen to you and will support you. Luckily, I've made a lot of mistakes, and I've been lucky enough to learn from them, so here are my top tips for boys today. Ignore alcohol, at least until early 20s. The brain is not cooked until then. You don't want to mess up with something that is still growing. The question is often more important than the answer. In physics, they say, it's not the answer that gets you the Nobel Prize, it's the question. So ask questions and you'll always keep on learning. Confidence. This is just terrible. We have the situation where you are now at your most handsome and beautiful and wonderful and fantastic, and yet you are riddled with self-doubt. Accept that that's the situation, see it for what it is, and realise just how good you really are and how good you can become. Bravery can mean so many things, but in many cases, it means being true to yourself and what you think really counts. To me, being a man means, number one, being roughly half of the population, and number two, sharing the load with everybody else. In most cases, gender's irrelevant. What would I, at the age of 12, think of myself now? I'd think, man, what a wild ride. How on earth did you end up there? Life is kind of like a roller coaster. You start off and you end at the same place, but it's the ride in between that counts. In my case, I am on a totally impossible task and journey to try to understand everything that the human race knows and doesn't know. And that's impossible, but gee, I'm having a lot of fun learning.